to Unraveled Game Thoughts. First of all, I apologize that it has been so long since I've posted a recording. The spring has just been full of many activities, lots of things going on, and I haven't had time to clear off office space for really recording something physical that I can get all my cameras and everything set up and have a couple hours to sit down and actually do it. Hopefully Messina 1347 will still be something that happens soon, but you might have to wait a couple of weeks, maybe even a month before I actually get to doing it. In the meantime, it is cluttering up my office table until I get it done. In the meantime, I thought, hey, I will do Ark Nova. That's pretty popular right now, and it is in alpha version, I believe, on BGA. So I'm playing this on BGA today in the alpha version. This is the solo rendition, and they might be doing some updates as time goes on. So it may not look exactly like this when it's released to beta and then to the general public, but I've enjoyed it very much. I've probably played probably 5 to 15 solo games. I think I've won maybe 3, and I thought it would be fun to walk through some of this for one of these short videos. I hope it's short. I'm using my lunch hour to do this, so hopefully we'll get it done in under an hour. And after the next video after this, hopefully will be Earth. I will try to do a run through of that one and explain the rules as it goes. I'm planning to get a physical copy of Earth in the next couple of months, and hoping that as I play it on BGA, I'll learn it and be more prepared to teach it in person when we get there. So this is the opening setup for Ark Nova. And as you can see, I can't see any cards that are going to be in the draw until after I've made my selections. And I'll just talk through some of the decision making that is going into this game. Now, this is a beginner map that is available for solo. It's possible that when they release the full version, maybe they'll give you the option of using different maps. But for now, this is the one for solo. So some things that I'm looking at here, and I'm not going into in-depth detail of the rules starting out. I'll just, hopefully some of it will become clear as I explain decisions that I'm making. But this is the association board, and right now we have Europe as a potential association project. We have habitat or animal diversity, species diversity. So there are 7 different animal species in the game, and the more of those I have, the better, up to 5. And then we have continent diversity. So that's going to inform maybe some of the cards we choose. Another thing I might look at, and I tend to forget to look at this one, is number of connected areas in my zoo. So if I connect all the water spaces, the rock spaces, the border spaces, or cover the entire map, I can get a potential conservation point for doing each of those things. And then there is the conservation, the points here for supporting conservation projects. I'd have to support up to 6 to actually obtain 4. So covering the zoo map is probably the easiest of those 2, but I don't have to make that decision until my conservation reaches 10. So I'm okay on that. To see the conservation board, you'd click on the, this took me a while to find, this little icon here. It's got like a ticket and a conservation symbol. And if you click on that, it'll open up this board, which tells you where your markers are. If you're familiar with the physical game, you know it's like a giant rectangle, and then one marker starts on conservation and goes around this way, and the other marker does the appeal and goes around this way. Appeal are the tickets that also indicate your income above it, and conservation are the green sort of, I guess it looks like a little bit like an arrow kind of pointing down. So this marker here goes along conservation, the green, and this one goes along the appeal tickets. And so that's how you know where you are. Now you start in the beginner, you start on 10 appeal. I think technically, if you're super beginner, you could start on 20 if you want to make it easier, but you can't do that in the BGA version. You have to do that in the physical version if you have a copy of the game. There are some bonuses here within the first 8 conservation points. I guess technically deciding on your in-game victory point is considered a bonus, or in-game victory scoring card. Otherwise, once you get past number 8 there's not really any bonuses for conservation, except the more conservation you get, it's a little easier to move your markers closer together. And in a solo game, like we're playing here, that's your goal, is to get your conservation markers together, to make them cross. And we know right now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that might be, we're 104 away. Let's go into this and see if that's right. Right now, this would be like 114 minus 10 would be 104. So this is on negative 104. That's what we're trying to get to. I would not score negative 4 points. I'd score essentially 0, but it would be loss. It's kind of a win-loss game. You either cross or they don't. I crossed it one time with 1 point, and that was that won me the game. I essentially scored 1 point, but I won because they crossed, and that's what's very hard to do in this one. So what I'm looking for is some synergy, and there are no European continents here. One of the things I want to be careful of is things that require me to have a partner zoo, because then I have to build toward it, or that require the second level of any particular card, because then that forces me to have to flip a particular card. Anything that works well together is good and helpful. This requires a primate. I don't have a primate, nor do I have anything that can get me a primate. I do like things that add something to the map, and whenever I build an herbivore, I can play a sponsor card for X money. That's not bad. It's kind of a free action. Takes 6, so I'm gonna have to get an X token. What's my first action here? It's build. That's not bad to have as a first opening action. Got cards. We have play sponsor for X. If we build and play a sponsor, I'd probably be inclined to build this guy first. This one's pretty easy to play. I like animals that are pretty easy to play. Requires a partner zoo. I don't like that, but I can draw cards soon, which will be nice. We don't know what's in display. This monkey is not bad. I kind of like that, and I need it, and he's going to give me some X tokens, so that's a good one to play. This is, you have to pick if you're going to focus on small or large animals for the rest of the game. Increases by 2 and 4 for large, so I don't really like that. I think I'm going to go with this one. I don't know how soon I'd get it played, and I may end up discarding it, but I feel like those 4 cards offer me the most synergy. So we've got this built. We're going to need a 2 enclosure for that one. So the other option is we could build a 4 enclosure for this one and just use this 3 for that 2 enclosure. Building the zoo area out is tough. I'm going to go ahead and go with the 2 enclosure, because it's going to take a minute to get that place. So when you're placing these on BGA, this is a lot easier in person because you can just orient them how you want. You click on the space that you want the target on, and then you can rotate that tile around, and as long as it turns green, you know it is a good place to go. And then you can click on the check mark and it will place it near zoo. I placed it on a bonus, so I get that bonus because I placed it over the bonus. So that's going to give me a net of $1, which is not bad. The other thing I'm kind of looking for here is there anything I want to snap? This is not a bad association card. Is it association? No, sponsor card. It's not a bad sponsor card. Requires a predator. I'm about to have a predator. Not a bad one to snap up. Drawing cards is also not bad. It's a tough call. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with a snap. I'm going to try to build some synergy with the association cards and see if that will ultimately help me. Let's see, end of the game. 1 appeal for every X token in my supply, so I'll confirm that turn. And we don't have an X token. We really need to build. So if I build right now and I use this and I build that there, the reason I'm doing that is to get an X token, because that allows me to play this association at power 6, and I can get this guy played for herbivores, and he will let me put a unique building in my zoo, which could give me some helpful bonuses. Let's see, where do we want to put this? Half the puzzle of this game is figuring out where you want to put stuff in the zoo. Well, I can't go on the water. I think it's the same however I place it. That's 2 cards, but I don't think I want 2 cards. I think I'm going to go here, and I'll confirm, and that will give me a draw from the deck. So my stuff is not high enough. Oh, we've got 2 pet cards. Petting zoo pets. Play sponsor with money. Oh, copy stable. Oh, I can do that now. Well, this is an awfully good opportunity to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and confirm that play and get this guy out there. So we have some opportunity, and that is clever, which is pretty handy, especially mid game in solo. Okay, so we've got some things out on our map here. We're not doing good as far as place to put animals. See how well we can time this. All right, I have an association. I need to do something for association. So do I get a university, or do I go for one of these other options? A partner zoo. Partner zoo is very good. That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go for the university because it lets me get my hand size. Oh no. I clicked on the wrong thing. I didn't realize I was... So this is probably one of the things I would like to see when they do a full implementation of this. I was actually doing an action that I forgot I had. It was the clever action from this card. I thought I was picking the action for my turn, and I ended up picking that. So unfortunately, that is terrible. So I'm going to go ahead and build a... I'm going to go ahead and build a petting zoo here. I don't think there's any way to get money, but we can go here and get a little something, and I'll grab this petting zoo. Wow, that if I don't get that university, that's gonna hurt me. Ooh, that's gonna be tough. I don't have enough money to play 2 animals. Stink. Not right now. Well, I think what we may have to do then is get money with that. We're going to break 3 and get a couple of bucks. We can confirm that. This is about as close to a recovery turn, I think, as I can do. So I'm going to play my animals at 5 because that'll let me play 2 animals. And I am going to put him into the petting zoo. We'll gain 3 and we get another X token. We might have a chance here. And then we're going to play the rabbit. So that will get us 6 for the petting zoo. Gets our income up just a little bit as we finish that turn, and now we're going to get a break. But now I'm not going to lose any of the cards that I wanted to play because I was able to get it down to my hand size in time. This time I will actually play it at power 4. We'll get that university. So that knocks that off, increases our hand size, means we don't have to worry about that. And is there anything I want here? Well, that bear is awfully nice. That gives me a lot of habitat diversity and a predator. So I think I'm going to go ahead and snap that bear up to increase my habitat diversity. So we'll do that. And we are going to need a size 4 enclosure soon, or eventually. The question is, this is 14 plus 9 is 23. We don't have enough once we get our animals up to 2. That's tough. Makes me wonder if it would be better. We don't want to boost our association yet. That's not helpful. Choose one animal card and discard the others. I wonder if it's better to play the cat and hope for the best on that. But I don't really want to use my build action yet. This is where it gets hard sometimes because I don't have any extra association workers and I don't have any cards flipped over to do extra building actions. But I know I'm going to need a 4 eventually. I think I'm going to build very simply a 1 habitat here. Eventually we'll probably get an animal that is a 1 habitat. That will at least up my, what do you call it up here, my influence and, or my reputation rather. So that gets me to 4. I'm only 1 away from a card flip, which is nice. And 14, 23 is still what I need. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. This is not normally what I'd want to do, but I'm going to do it and gain 7 money because that's going to allow me to play 2 animals, I believe. So we're going to play that at 5. Don't need an association boost. Let's play this guy first. See what we get. And we'll hunt. It always asks you for a confirmation when you're drawing. Ooh, that needs to be next to water. Stink. I'm not going to need to boost association, but I could put it at 1. wonder if that would be beneficial. So I bumped that down to 1, then I'm into cards, which is kind of what I need. So I think I'm going to take it. I'm going to take a little bit of a chance here, because I really want to play 2 animals. I want to make use of his ability, and I can move 1 action card because it's an African one. So let's see, what action card? We're down to 0 money, so we're definitely not building. My association card is probably next, and I only need 3 for that. So I'll go ahead and put that on 5. Makes me a little. I'll put build. Is that right? Yeah, I'll put build on that. And we'll confirm. And then let's do our association action here. And we will confirm that and play it. And that gives us a little bit more income for all the predators we have in our zoo. We have 2, and that'll increase as time goes on. Plus, one way to see kind of where you're at as far as how close am I getting to winning the game. I see that I'm at negative 82 here, and I have 32 here. Well, 32 tickets, 0 conservation, but I'm at negative 82 total. So that gives me some inclination of how fast I'm moving toward the end game. Not very fast right now. All right, probably, let's see, we can flip. We could get 2 card flips here if we plan this well. And the question is, what do we want to flip? Definitely want to play that at 5. I don't think there's a university project I want to do, conservation project I want to do here. We're not going to have enough for Europe. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 kinds of animals. So species diversity, we could pull a 3. It's doable. Let's go ahead and support a conservation project, because that's a pretty high value to support it at. Do I want to build snap cards, or do I want to build, or do I want to do money? Money's very good. Money's very good. I think we have enough of these left, but I'm going to go with money, because that's going to be a lot of added money over time. And I'm going to get, do I want to upgrade a card? I was debating upgrading the cards action. I think I'm going to gain an association worker. I don't usually do that, but I'm going to take a chance this round and see if I can make the most of that. All right. Let's see. Cards action. What do we have here that we want? We have a primate. That would allow us to play our other primate, and it's a small primate. So I'm going to go with a snap of that card. And I like that. So we'll do that. Now, can we play 2 animals? Well, we have to build. And I've got to build at 4. If I build at 4, can I do it? Let's see. Well, that'll get me a little bit of money there. So let's try that. I could spend more time thinking through this, but I'm also trying to demonstrate the game and see how much I can do this puzzle without having to put as much thought as I could into it. So now, 17, 27, so that would take 29. We are 1 short. However, here is the kicker. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to take this partner zoo. Yep, because that will decrease the cost of both those animals, and it means before my income phase, I'll be able to play both of these. And let's go, I gotta play this one first. It's an absolute must, so that I'll meet the requirements for the second one. Alright, so now we can play this guy, and he's gonna give us 6. And he's going to give us 1 conservation point, which is nice. I think we're going to get to pick, I'm going to move 1 action card to 1. So we don't have an association card to play, and we're about to get income, so we don't need the money. So I'm going to move that one to 1. And we'll confirm that. Boom. All right. That was... We've got about, I want to say, a couple more breaks. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, I think 3 more breaks, maybe. And we're done. All right, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 turns left. It's a very tight game. It's very hard to score the points you need in the time that you need it. Could snap that. That would get me a lot of appeal, but could also get my animal card upgraded later. I'm just gonna go and draw 3 cards from the deck because I think I need more card options. Ooh, that was not as good as I'd hoped. Those were actually generally not great. So I'm gonna discard that one. I don't like that. It was a pretty rough draw. We're gonna need a 1 enclosure, but I kind of want a larger enclosure. Oh, another thing I can do, play this guy. We're gonna get another university. We'll take 2 from the university because that will give us a card upgrade, and I think, oh man, the build card is awfully good to get upgraded. I think I'm going to end up with a couple of upgrades here soon. So I'm going to go with the build card first because it's already in a position to be used. And I get to upgrade another action card. I'm going to go with animal. And partly going with animal because I ended up drawing these association cards that I don't necessarily need to use. So I got to make the most of it. So let's see. Let's build for 5. And we're going to have a petting zoo. Kind of like the wolf. That would be nice. I'd like to get the spider built. Let's do this. Let's go there before. And let's go here for 1. And that will get us in position to get the slow worm out and potentially another animal within our reputation range. We've got 1 more play this round, so let's go play it at 5. I mean, the slow worm can wait. I'm going to go with the petting zoo animal. Pop him in there. And I'm going to go with the pack animal. And that gives us 4 for the wolf, and then 1 for each predator, I think. So we'll confirm, and that's going to give us an income turn. And we've got 3 or 5 turns left, I think. Whew. It's going to be awfully close. I don't know that I'm going to make it. Let's see, I'm 47 away. Do I even want to waste an association action here? Free money. 1 conservation point if your zoo has 9 or more. Well, that will give me a conservation point and a game. So that one's not bad. I might go ahead and do that. Just to the potential of that conservation point once I get my reputation to 9 is probably worth it. Let's see. We could go for another university. We could go for another, actually, partner zoo wouldn't be bad. But which partner zoo? We want biodiversity. We don't have Africa. That is doable. We've used our species diversity. We need continent diversity. So really, Australia would be the thing to go for here. So let's go Australia. That gives us all partner zoos. We can upgrade an action card because of the partner zoo. Let's allow a cards action or association action. I think doing multiple association tests might be more beneficial to us. So let's do that. Alright, we have 2 X tokens. And I don't think I want to do that. I could play 2 animals, which is not impossible. We have, well, we really need to build here. That's where we're at, is the building. Or I could draw cards. Cards is not upgraded, so I have to snap something from here. Sheesh. This will be easier to grab in a minute. And that will be, gives me a free action, so that's a 4 and a 3. Ooh, man. Let's, I can't do a 4 and a 3. Let's build a 3. And that will grab us this card, so we at least have it. And I'm not going to build a 4. I might build another 3 there. Oh. Let's build a kiosk there. We'll do that. Gives us appeal. Books at 1. And that's going to be the end of that turn. So I don't think I had enough synergy this game probably to make it. I got 2 turns left. Going to be awfully tough to make this work. Got a lot of money, but that's not going to translate into what we need. Don't have an X token. I could do animals and an association action, and maybe I get lucky. But I think it's going to be. It's not this one. This is the lost one. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I have done what I need to do. I am going to do it at 5 just so I can get an extra appeal. And we don't need money, but we might need X tokens. So I'll gain 3 X tokens. We can play something within range. Well, animals is upgraded and we have tons. But we don't have a habitat for that guy. I only have a 3, so I can't play that guy. Oh man. Let's put him in there. And that gives us a little bit of appeal. Let's see. Man, I did not build this guy. We can pop in there. I don't think he's not going to help us a ton, except with diversity to some degree. Let's move. What action card would we want to move to 1? Well, probably the association card. That one's going to be our big one. And we can move 1. That doesn't hurt. Don't have to use our X tokens that way, and we can let them count for that 1 card that gives us a little bonus for it. We did not connect everything, and I'm only supporting 2 conservation projects, so this is not going to be the best. But this is probably going to be our biggest gain. How many X tokens do we need? One of these. Okay, so it's 1 appeal for every X token. So the question is, should I boost my conservation? It's going to be better to do it at 9. It just will be. Hands down, that's going to be my biggest play. It's going to be way better. So I'm going to boost, I'm going to do that at 9. I'm going to do habitat diversity because I can do it at 5. What do I need here? I don't need snap cards. All I need is to get as much conservation as I can. I'm going to gain 5 for habitat. We will discard the final scoring card. So we're not going to build in our zoo. We're just going to well, actually, hold on for a second. Hold on a second. Border spaces completely. Yeah, we have not connected. I think we connected all the rock spaces. This one's only gonna cancel that. We're only gonna get 1 conservation project, 2 total. So this one is going to be our best option to discard. And we can gain a partner zoo. We can play a sponsor for money, or we can gain 5. Well, I wish it was a university, but it's not. So let's do that, and we'll gain this one. And gain 1 new association worker. So I guess we have all of our association workers. So we can't gain 1. So we'll pass. And we can perform another association task. We don't want to donate 10 and finish. We could get a partner zoo. But really, university or partner zoo, either one will be helpful. I think if we get 9, yeah, if we get 9 reputation, we get 1 more, but this gives me 2 more. And we can donate 10 and finish. So we got a ton of conservation there at the very end. Got within 11, but did not win the game. Oh. Uh-oh. Needs appeal. So I was defeated. Let me skip out of this. -5. I was so close. So it was there we go. 2 more conservation I would have won, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Probably 5 more appeal, I think would have garnered a win as well. But that's Ark Nova. It's a pretty interesting puzzle to solve. I really enjoy the solo option here on BGA. I think it's very well developed if there were... Okay, sorry about that. I clicked off the wrong screen and had to rewind and ended up just hitting on our replay here. But yeah, that's Ark Nova, and it's a very fun puzzle to solve in a fairly short period of time. If you're familiar with the game, physical copy of the game, I would say the solo version follows the same pattern. It's very easy to implement and play. The game with others tends to take 3 to 4 hours to play. I think it's just the nature of the game and how it's made. It's just not short, but it is one of my favorites. I enjoy playing it. I've never sat down to a game and felt like it was too long. I enjoyed it every time. It's one of those games, even if I lose, I really love it, and I just want to go back and play it again. So if you enjoyed this, give it a like. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. I will be hopefully offering some incentives later in the next couple of months to potentially support the channel on my Patreon. I will include that in the show notes, the description if you're interested, and we'll be trying to do some quarterly drawings for games that have enjoyed but am moving on from, and trying to find a way to creatively make room in my collection for newer games. I'm very quickly running out of shelf space, so want to let others be able to benefit from those games. And I thought, hey, if I do a drawing for folks that are Patreons of the channel, then that might be a good way to move on from some games and let somebody else take a stab at it. And my daughter and I also have a Etsy shop where mostly it's for her art, but there are some 3D printed items that I post on there to sell. If you're interested in any of those, I will likely offer some of those for particular levels of Patreon. They take a while to print, so it's not fast, but it's also something to check out if you're just looking for something and don't have your own 3D printing material. That stuff is more stuff coming down the road. I don't have that all set up. It's just things I'm hoping to do with the channel, assuming life and whatnot does not get in the way. But thank you for watching, and any comments or suggestions you have, if there's another game on BGA you'd like to see me do a playthrough of, I will be happy to do it. That is usually pretty easy for me to set up and get a recording of. That's why I decided to do this today, because I love playing Ark Nova anyway. I said, well, I might as well do a recording of this. I think I have a solo version of Ark Nova playing my physical copy on the channel, and I'll probably do that eventually with Earth as well, but I don't have a physical copy yet, so I'll most likely do a BGA version of that. I've debated doing a full video series on Gloomhaven and walking through that, but I don't know how much interest there'd be. I feel like most folks are into Frosthaven right now, and I am not sure there's too many people out there that really want to see a playthrough of Gloomhaven. Maybe. So if that's something you're interested in, by all means, let me know. I also debated doing I'll take a turn or two and do a video, post a request for what do you think my next move should be, that kind of thing. That's pretty time consuming, so I'm not really sold on that. But if a lot of folks comment and say, yeah, we'd love to see that, then I'll seriously consider it. Until next time, have a great day from Unraveled Game Thoughts.